Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No More Black Tears Radio. We back in the building. Another week, another day, another dollar. We got Caesar C's. We got Verteezy. Mr. DJ Rose's in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's good? Yeah, it feels good, man. We trying to, embrace this fall weather. We in the last full week of September, man. So, the spooky hours is approaching.
Yeah, man. We do it for our people, man. What's going on?
So, the first topic this week, y'all, man. A man made a video saying the 7 types of people that you cannot help. And these are the 7 types of people listed, for those listening. Victim-minded people, self-righteous people, deceptive people, desperate people, disloyal people, doubtful people, and then lastly, a word that Rose loves to use all the time, quitters. C's. Do you feel like that he pretty much hit the nail on the head, or do you feel like these people cannot be helped? And was you kind of in agreement with the way he described each person?
No, I disagree because anybody can be helped. ... if they want to be helped. Honestly, these traits, just like you have quality traits, you have negative traits. So at one point in your life, to me, you're fucking lying if you say you've never been, at least, even if it was for 10 minutes, 30 seconds, everybody's been in one of these categories at one point in your life, even if it was a small second, shit happens. So it's like anybody can be helped though. And then it's going to be tiered. Like you can literally do the list. Like, what are your non-negotiables? What do you not fuck with? Like, hey, I can't fuck with somebody that's a victim. I can't fuck with it. Or hey, I can't talk with nobody, prove nobody wrong that's fucking self-righteous. Or I can't deal with a fucking disloyal motherfucker. You know what I mean? There's people that are strong, hard. Like if you do anything, consider.
So let me ask a quick question. Out of those types of people, who are the ones that you feel like you can help? And who are the ones that's just like, I can't help them, or it'd just be too hard to help them?
Self-righteous, because they'll never want to be fucking wrong.
So these are the people you can't help.
Self-righteous, you can't help. Deceptive.
Okay, liars.
And it's like if you lie about, everybody hates a liar. You got different types of liars. You got liars that just lie about bullshit, like, yeah, man, I had Shorty in the back going crazy. It's like, no, you didn't, nigga. You 2 pumps and you was done. You know what I mean? Like shit, like, bullshit. And then you got like people who lie for
personal gain.
Like the people that really, when they say they hate liars.
So for purposes of this, is it safe to say, let's stick with liars in terms of what he was describing?
Very harmful shit.
Yeah, like people like, hey, man, I'm calling out of work because my kid's sick. They'll tell lies to get you to be sad for them.
Yeah,
help them out.
Shit like that. And then probably disloyalty, but it's like what one person considers disloyal might not be like, damn, my bad, dog. I didn't know you.
So if someone has a victim mindset, if someone's doubtful, if someone's desperate and they're a quitter, you feel like you can personally help them.
Yeah, because it's like doubtful. Change your mindset, change your perspective, man. You could be a skeptic. It's like, hey, stop being a fucking skeptic. Do the opposite. Be a fucking optimist. Quitters, don't quit. Or, hey, switch up your game plan.
So how would you help a quitter?
switch up the game plan, man. Like, don't.
That's about how would you help a quitter?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm a quitter. I like
motivation.
Okay,
Shit.
you will motivate me.
Don't quit. Hey, we're gonna change up the game plan. If you want my help, if I'm working with you, we're gonna do this. But at the end of the day, you got to be willing to actually. It's just like, help me help you. That's victim mindset. Minded. What's the key fucking word?
Take personal
mind.
responsibility.
Like, change your mind. Like, change your mindset. The way you're looking at shit. It's like, oh well, I got this happening to me, and I got that. So
you feel like it's possible to help change someone's mind?
Yeah, and then desperation is a strong thing, and then everybody's like, oh, abundance mindset. You're not always gonna be desperate. It's just like the scarcity mindset. You know how people are like, everybody's living.
So you have moments where you're desperate, when they're not desperate, you need to help them, or maybe you need to get them out of being desperate.
It's like, get out of that mind state of being desperate, and it's like, okay, and then same thing with, I already covered doubtful. It's like, change your perspective, man.
I mean, I kind of agree with you to an extent. I feel like, for me personally, I'm gonna try to help you. If you're one of my people, I'm gonna try to help you no matter what. But when I looked at this, I was like, damn, this nigga kind of nailed everything, man, because it's very hard to help somebody that's victim-minded, where nothing is their fault. Like, that is so hard when it's like, yo, I can help you get your grades better in school, but you got to admit that you're not taking the time to study. And they're like, well, I'm doing everything I can, but they're not. That's like if you wanted to help me lose weight, but I won't take the personal responsibility of the fact that I don't want to exercise and I don't want to eat and drink right. At some point in time, I got to take personal responsibility to be able to get help. It's basically, I need to help you, help me. You know what I'm saying, C's? Then with self-righteousness, I feel like, man, out of all these ones, that is probably the hardest one to really help, because people don't ever want to be wrong. And we know people like that. Like, everyone, like all three of us at this table know somebody who just don't never want to admit they're wrong. And if you can't admit that you're wrong, if you can't admit that your way ain't the best way, like we doing this podcast. 2 years ago, I came to UC's, and what I said, hey man, we need to start putting pictures up if we're not going to do video, because some of the viewers want to see pictures while they watch the pod. If you would have been like, nah, that's not the best thing to do, if you just would have been self-righteous and felt like that your way was the best way, we would have never had pictures on the podcast now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you would have felt like, hey man, I don't think we need to split up Weekend Sports and the regular podcast, then we would never grew and progressed to that. Does that make sense? So I feel like if you just always feel like you're right and you can never be wrong, then how can you grow and learn? Because I personally feel like you being able to admit when you're wrong, Season Rose, is allowing yourself to grow. Because if you're never wrong, you can't grow. So I feel like it's hard to help those kind of people. The deceptiveness, and I'm just going to stick to like big lies. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on. And I've dealt with that with a lot of people in my life, because people need help with money and stuff like that, but they're not telling me the truth on why they need money. You might have bad spending habits. You might have a drug habit. You might have stuff going on where it's like, you know what? Instead of you asking me for money every couple months, let's get to the root of why you need money. And then I'll give you this loan, but let's try to fix why you need money. Or I go back to my weight issue. Like, if I'm transparent and be like, this is the reason why I'm not losing weight, now it makes it easier for you to help me. But if I'm telling you, man, I don't eat fast food and I go walking every day, and you like, well, damn, nigga, you keep gaining weight, nigga. Like, if you doing that, why is you gaining weight constantly? But I'm really at home eating Dorito chips and Popeye's fried chicken and drinking a pint of Hennessy every day, and I ain't never leaving my house. Like, you thinking I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not. So, like, I feel like that's what makes it hard with deceptive people. And then desperate people, like, I kind of felt him on that. Like, with someone who's desperate, I don't want to even deal with those people, because those people are the type of people that will steal from me. Those are the type of people that will, like, literally do whatever they got to do to get whatever they need and want. Like, we all black at this table. Most of us probably had a family member or a family friend that's been strung out on drugs. Nigga, I done had people that we done brought in our household that done stole from our family because they wanted to get a fix. It is hard to help people like that, man, if you've ever been in a situation like that. Because you will literally come home and like you will have a situation where stuff in your house is stolen and you trying to figure out what's going on and they just sold this shit to get high. So it's like it sounds fucked up to say, you kind of just have to let them people just be to their own devices until they're ready to really receive the help that they need to receive. And then when it comes to the last three, disloyalness, I mean, I'm not going to help you just because I don't want to have nobody disloyal around me. Like, if you disloyal, I just don't want you around me because I just feel like that's a fucked up characteristic. Because if you're going to be around me, if you're going to be my inner circle, you need to be loyal to a T. I can't have nobody that's a disloyal motherfucker because I can't just deal with that shit. Now, doubtfulness, out of all these characteristics, I'm most willing to help someone that's doubtful. I'm most willing to try to encourage you to help change your mindset. You know, maybe even show you like Prize Picks, for example. Siege, you don't want to gamble your money on Prize Picks. So I might pull up my Prize Picks account and be like, well, look at the money I won. And I'll even send you some picks you could do. Or Rose might not want to Uber or Lyft because he might feel like it's not enough money in it. So you Uber and Lyft C's. So guess what you might do? You might pull up your Uber or Lyft account and show him, yo, bro, if you drive 2 hours a day, you can make this much money. Like, I feel like if you can kind of give proof to someone that's doubtful, it's possible to kind of help them because they might be like, you know what? I see that he's doing, I see that it's possible. But then when it comes to quitters, that's probably where I also disagree with you, C's, because I just feel like you got to want to succeed. You got to be willing to put it in because nothing in life comes easy. Like this podcast we've been doing this podcast for like 3 years, fellas. Like we've grown in our views, we've grown in our podcast, but when things get hard, if your tendency is to always be like, I give up, you know, like if you're somebody that's in school and class is hard and I quit. If you're somebody that has a job and it's like, I don't like this job, it's hard, I quit. If you're somebody that starts a project like a podcast and it's like, I don't see the growth right away. If you're someone that's trying to lose weight and it's like, I've been going to the gym for 10 days in a row and I've only lost 2 pounds and you don't like the fact that the progress ain't happening fast enough, then just sadly, it's just hard to help somebody that just has the tendency to quit because when tough times come, they're going to quit. And it's like, I can't do the work for you now. I can't study for you. I can't go to the gym for you. I can't eat healthy for you. I can't do the podcast work for you. I can't do this stuff for you. I can encourage you all day, but unless there's a part of you that has the desire to keep putting one foot forward, almost in the words of Dory from Finding Nemo, keep swimming, keep swimming, keep swimming. A lot of times in life, that's all it is. It's just, you just got to keep pushing forward, even if you don't see the progress or feel the progress, and just believe in the process. What about you, Roseanne?
Yeah, so I ain't gonna go into every one of them. I think y'all did an okay job talking about it. But I feel like Buddy left one out, like a person that you can't help is but it might be weaving and woven in one other words that he type of people that he said, like a delusional person. Like a person that's just delusional, like, you know what I'm saying? Like lots of women are like delusional and things like that. And some men are delusional too. So it's like, it's a person that just feels like, and that might it might tie into a lot of the like maybe self-righteousness or something else.
It ties into a couple of them, but you can say delusional is one by itself, to be fair.
Yeah. So
because you see something that's not realistic.
Yeah. So a person like that, I would add that. I don't think. Well, I'm going to say this: with Jesus and Lord and faith and people that believe in other things in the universe and all this stuff, I think anybody can be changed, but nobody else can change that person. The change has to come within.
So they got to want to make the change.
Yes.
Do you feel like you can encourage someone to change?
You can encourage it, but unless that person wants to do it,
the desire got to be there.
It's not going to happen.
Okay, then.
So I think all this stuff can change. I think the easiest thing that probably could change is probably a disloyal person. But who wants to be around a disloyal person?
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not fucking with that.
A time to give them time enough to change.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
But that's the easiest one that could do it though. So it's like, but who wants to give them time enough to do it?
I disagree though, because it's like if you a foul motherfucker, you a foul motherfucker. You know what I mean?
But no, but people are foul to certain people.
It's like, but from like the. That's why I say it's kind of like some people are gonna look at some stuff.
How do you have to find that, man? Because you brought up a good point. Like if C's is disloyal to me, but he's loyal to you, and we all friends.
Mm-hmm.
Can you look at him the same and fuck with him if you know he's doing shady shit to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can, because shout out to General P. He passed away before my birthday, probably about 6-7 years ago. And he was just loyal to everybody. And but me and him was like really close. So it's like and he was just loyal to me too, but only to on the surface level things. So it's like he never stole no money from me.
Not
like,
no deep shit.
Yeah, but I gave him money. He said he gonna pay me back. He
might have knew you was gonna get it back.
Yeah, so stuff like that. But like he went behind my back, talked to different hoes, things like that. That sort of thing.
Foul shit.
But it wasn't to the fact that like he never stole nothing from me.
Not no real deep burn bridge type shit.
But he's done that to lots of other people though. In the circle.
What about you, C's? Like, if I'm disloyal to Rose, but I'm loyal to you, can you fuck with me the same? And we all supposed to be friends?
Off initial shit, I would be like, nah. Because it's like, if you gonna treat somebody else that's supposed to be your people like that, how are you gonna do me? You gonna do the same shit to me. That's how your natural mindset. But at the same time, I know I've had some people and I've seen other people that this motherfucker is a son of a bitch, but that's my son of a bitch, or that's he's a motherfucker, but that's my motherfucker. That's one of the quotes my political science professor used to say. He said, yeah, he's a motherfucker, but that's my motherfucker, or like that's my nigga. It's like what my relationship with them, they'll never do me like that, but yeah, they do some foul shit. I'm gonna defend them because that's my people. So it's like,
but is it okay to defend somebody?
It's not. That's why it's fucked up. It's kind of fucked up.
For me personally, if you was doing Rose dirty, it's hard for me to really trust and fuck with you.
I know. It's like that.
Fuck with you.
That's how you do this one.
If we all supposed to be friends, but I'll say this: if Rose's doing stuff for you to be disloyal, then I'm more understanding to it. Mm-hmm. Like if he's doing shit, but if he's doing everything he's supposed to do as a friend and you disloyal to him, I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, it's hard for me to fuck with you only because of the fact of I'm just thinking you'll bide your time to do some fuck shit to me, or you probably already doing fuck shit to me and I just don't know it, man.
Yeah, and that's another thing people don't even know, because remember like what Banks said. He said, I'm gonna keep it real, but everybody ain't gonna keep it as real as me. Everybody ain't as real as me. So somebody might be in your crew, they ain't as real as you, but they do flaw stuff.
They do.
And that's kind of like being disloyal in your mind. But other people,
everyone got a different definition of keeping it real.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, he's not keeping it real, so that's disloyal. But in somebody else's mind, well, that's not really not being disloyal. That just means that he ain't that type of person, or he might not be, or she might not be, or you know what I'm saying? But some people in their minds, like, they're not an okay person because they do this type of thing.
Nah, you're a very confrontational person, Rose. Like, you want to tell everyone what's on your mind straight to their face. Mm-hmm. And then some people like MJ, shout out to MJH, he might feel the same way you feel, but he might not feel the need to tell that person to their face if he doesn't feel like it's too detrimental. Mm-hmm. So before we move on to TNT, I want to close this segment out by asking, out of these 7 types of people, what's the 2 type of people that you just ain't fucking with? Like if they come across your path, you're not fucking with them. And what's the 1 type of person you are willing to help them to a detriment?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard for me because I ain't messing with nobody if we ain't did no dirt together, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? So
So they avoid. You didn't did dealt with them, but they got one. They got these mindsets.
So it would probably be a either a doubtful person or a disloyal person.
So those would be the two. There's like, I can't fuck with that.
No, those would be the ones that I could probably
Okay.
kind of wiggle around, get some wiggle room. But like a self-righteous person, like a deceptive person, like
A liar.
yeah. And when I hear deceptive, that lying, yeah, but it's like telling the truth in my face. Well, telling me what I want to hear, but then behind my back is
saying other stuff.
Yeah, so I really don't like that.
Or even omitting the truth.
Yeah, and quitters, like, I don't mess with quitters. You know what I say all the time, like people kill themselves, all that stuff. Like quitters, yeah, now.
So why can you fuck with a disloyal and doubtful person?
Because technically with the universe and God and things like that, I can mess with all of them. But I think those are the easiest ones to do because, like I said earlier, like because people can be disloyal, you know what I'm saying? But there's reason behind it, you know what I'm saying? So I can message you, but I can only throw you so far. You know what I'm saying? You only throw a rock so far. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I could throw this rock, but I ain't gonna throw you but so far. And a doubtful person is like what you were saying with proof and things like that, and facts and numbers don't lie. So if I could show you something,
you can change them.
Then I ain't gonna say I can change
them, but you can make them be like, I believe in what you're doing, and I'm willing to follow.
I can show you proof for something like, hey, you might not believe me, you still might be doubtful, but hey, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, for me, and I'm gonna close with you, C's. For me, the two that I just can't fuck with, someone that's self-righteous, man, because I just feel like I'm such a humble individual in the sense of when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if you can, and I don't mind admitting I'm wrong, and I need to be around other people like that because none of us is always right. And then, man, just a deceptive person because, man, I just don't like being around liars, man. I don't want to be around somebody that's not telling me the truth, not being 100 with me, not being honest. Because I'm gonna try to keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna try to keep it, completely straight with you. If I had to pick one, it probably would be quitters. Only because me playing sports, sometimes people want to quit, and sometimes all they need is, it's like what Michael Jordan said in The Last Dance, Scotty is really strong, but you need to stand with him. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not saying no names, I have friends like that. I have friends who, if you stand with them, they are so strong. They just are not individuals that can stand alone in tough times. So if what you need me to do as your friend is to stand with you, so you can get through a situation, I have no problem standing with a friend. And if that can help you avoid quitting, because I've had plenty of friends that have had situations they wanted to quit and they just needed to talk to me, or they needed advice, or they just needed comfort from me, or even my help. And I provided that, and it allowed them to get through certain situations. Because at some point in time, we all need to lean on one another. We all need to stand by one another. So like I could deal with a quitter. What about you, Siggs?
Yeah, for me, man, deceptive. I can't deal with a deceptive person because it's like in the back of your mind, it's like I've seen you do foul things, or like, hey, you're deceptive to get money or to get respect, or you're just doing things going about
deceptive to get hoes.
Anything, like whatever it is, like you're doing deceptive means, and it's like, is this some flowers? It's off-putting. It's like when you meet somebody and your first impression of them is some deceptive shit, you're gonna be like, naturally, you're gonna be like, yo, let me avoid this person. So I can't get down with that shit. And then I'll probably say self-righteous, because it's like, it's okay to admit you're wrong. Or hey, I made a mistake, or hey, I was tripping, or hey, I was wrong about this. It's like, nah, I'm right. And like I've come across a lot of people where it could be some small shit where it's like a bet on a game. Like, oh, hey, such and such gonna fucking beat the shit out of Packers, gonna beat the shit out of the Bears. Nah, but did you see that that interception, man, that's what really fucked him up. It's like, nah, nigga, last week you was talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like little small shit. So it's like that. And then people that I can help the most probably desperate, man, because desperation's
it's a moment in time, like you said earlier.
I don't like to see people in that shit. Like whatever it is, I don't like to see people in desperate situations because that's probably
actually the most dangerous.
That's what I was about to say. It's probably the most dangerous times is when people are desperate, more than deceptive.
They willing to do whatever they got to do.
Whatever. It's like whether you gotta, burn somebody, steal, fake the phone,
lie to them,
act a certain way or do something. It's like, oh, they stole $20,000 and they killed the gas station attendant for $3,000 in the cash register. But then you find out the motherfucker living in the street, or they got 3 kids and they jobs not paying enough. So
why you feel like you can help them?
It's a mindset thing, man. It's like, hey, you might be able to do something that changes their perspective. It's like, damn, there's a chance of maybe I ain't got to be in this mindset where shit is so fucked up where I got to do some foul shit, or I'm willing to do whatever, which is good. Like the hustle mindset, I gotta fucking get it, is great to have, but it's like by any means necessary.
I understand. We
does not fucking apply to everything. By any means does not mean be applied in fucked up ways. And then my last one, man, I want to say probably doubtful. It's like changes perspective. If you're a skeptic on everything, you're gonna fucking doubt everything. It's like, yo, give it a chance. Everybody, I know a lot of skeptical motherfuckers, they're just like, yo, you gotta show me. I ain't gonna, the proof is in the pudding, however you want to phrase it, but it's like, nah, give it a chance, man.
That's true, man. To all you hoes out there that's trying to pay your bills, man, and you doubtful, hey, man, sell some pussy. Give it a chance. Give it a chance.
Just don't start in high school.
Please be legal.
Pay your phone bill. Yeah, we don't want you to do that.
If you're gonna come to Bertizzi, be legal. Moving on to TNT.
Dynamite, tears or no tears.
Boom. So talking about people that describe all these mindsets. Your favorite rapper, Cameron, and one of the decent boxers of his time, Adrian Broner. He's been on
the hood legend. He did it for the hood.
Yeah, he's been on the It Is What It Is podcast the last couple of years. Talking with them, and he's had some funny moments. He was recently on the podcast, and for those who know the host Treasure, the young lady Treasure, he was kind of drunk. Adrian Broner, he was flirting with her, and during the episode, Cameron kept trying to tell him, "Yo, chill, my nigga, chill, my nigga." He even said her boyfriend is hell. And then eventually he said, I'm going to pay for your time. Just disappear because you're doing too much. Then he was basically caught on camera talking shit about him, calling him an alkie, saying he don't fuck with that nigga, saying that nigga broke, disrespecting him once he was gone. C's, what's your thoughts on this situation?
I got tears, man. Some foul shit. It's like, okay, you know how it's all right. Let's say we got a guest on the pod and we know how they get when they get drunk. And they drink every time they fucking come on the podcast. Wouldn't you pull them to the side and be like, yo, I need you to not do what the fuck you usually do. I need you to chill this time.
But to your point, that's the reason why they brought him on, for clicks and likes and bait.
And that's why I got tears, man, because every time I've seen him on the pod, it's always been to get views. Like he said, like they asked him, "Hey man, you eat ass, dog?" He said, "Yeah." Out the club or straight to shower. He said, "I don't know sometimes." But he's done stuff like that. And I feel like if you're in the black community and you've been online, and Adrian Broner seems like a real nigga. Like he don't seem like a bad individual. He just seems like someone that's going through it, and he's dealing with a human experience right now. But niggas can tell he's strung out on something, alcohol or whatever, and it seems like he's going through it. For you to be Cameron and Mace, man, y'all exploiting that man, and then for you to turn around and basically try to make it seem like it's wrong for him to flirt with Treasure. First of all, nigga, we grown men. Treasure's, I ain't gonna say she's a bad bitch, but she's a very attractive woman. Nigga, when you bring an attractive woman around drunk grown men, especially a man like Adrian Broner, who done fucked some of the baddest bitches in the world because he used to be a top boxer and was making millions of dollars. Like, of course he gonna holler. Of course he gonna flirt, man. Like, Fat Joe told us a quick story about how him and Remy Ma was at Mike Tyson house, and he said, "I'll give you this Lamborghini, man, but you gotta leave Remy Ma." Like, that's what some of these niggas do. So I feel like, Cameron, whatever you had to say to him, you should have said it to that nigga face. And you knew what it was when you brought him on the pod. You knew he was going to say some reckless shit. And yeah, Treasure might have been uncomfortable, man, but I'm pretty sure Treasure knew what was going on. You could have whispered to Treasure's ear and said, "Hey, Treasure, for this segment, go to the back. Let us finish this segment, just me and Mace."
Yeah, and also,
but I got tears because I don't like seeing black men do each other like that.
Yeah, I don't have no tears because Cam was right. He is a drunk. He trying to get over on people lots of times. But Cam, you was trying to get over on him too. So it's like, and also if you would have told him, "Oh yeah, her boyfriend's here," or whatever, I know you get drunk, you know how he is. So if you would have gave him the warning to not do that, then he probably wouldn't have did it. But when you're not giving him the warning to not do it, then it's gonna be whatever. Yeah, so I got tears.
It's all fair game, man. It's all fair game. Hey, man, so moving on from two black men to more black people. So the University of Missouri, a lot of the black students was trying to throw a block party. It was a black to class block party. It got canceled because a lot of white people on campus and a lot of people that's fans of Charlie Kirk and the MAGA said, "Hey, this feels like it's exclusionary to the white students," so the party got canceled. I got tears because, first of all, them young niggas want to party. And I'm pretty sure the white students, I'm going to be real. We as black people don't have a history of excluding people, sees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you go to a black club, man, you'll see white people there, and white people will be turning up with niggas. Like, black people really don't exclude other races like that. Like, I done been to black clubs and see Asians, Indians, white people turning up with black people. When you go to white clubs sometimes, yo, that shit can be uncomfortable sometimes, man. Like, I don't feel like they should have did it because I feel like even though it was trying to do a pun on words, I don't feel like they was gonna be like the white students can't attend. Nah, if you a white student and wanted to come, you probably could have came, man.
Yeah, I got tears, man. It's some fucked up shit because it's like the wording. They hate the fucking wording. It's like out of all these college shit, like most people really don't give a fuck. They're like, okay, that's cool. Asian American, this shit, or Korean, like people get together all the fucking time. You'll see they'll bring their white friends and shit. So I mean, that's just basically backlash from all the bullshit going on, man. All the shit going on right now, that's all that is, man.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears for it, man, because it's like they got mad. People get mad all the time, but it's like you're at the University of Missouri. It's a PWI. Like, what you thought was gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Next time, do it behind their back and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. But of course, if once it gets big enough, it's going to cause a stir, especially when you're talking about black is back and all this other stuff. Yeah, people, the white people going to have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
So, speaking of having a problem with something, we talked about Charlie Kirk last week, and Jimmy Kimmel, he made a joke on his show, and he pretty much got canceled. His show got taken away from him. But in less than a week's time, a lot of people, came and basically said they didn't like that. And last night, he actually came back on the air, ABC. Hey, man, I got tears of joy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, as I got older, me and MJ talk about this. I like comedy. I love comedy. As I've gotten older, I can appreciate political satire more. Like, South Park used to do it when I was a kid. But now there's a lot of shows like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Trevor Noah. It's a lot of people who do political satire, Jon Stewart, and I get the jokes a lot more because now that I'm more involved in the political process, the jokes make much more sense to me. And last night's show by Jimmy Kimmel was fucking hilarious, man. Like, they talked about freedom of speech. They talked about Trump. Robert De Niro was on that motherfucker talking about the FCC. And I just feel like in America, we need comedians to be able to make fun of what's going on in the country politically. And I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite comedians of all time, I've said it on the podcast, Chris Rock is one of my goats. Because it's not too many black comedians that do political satire the way he do it, you know. And I'll never forget when he did a joke saying, you can be an A student and not be the manager of McDonald's, but you could be a C student and be the president of the United States. And he literally said that while George Bush was in office, you know. So shout out to Jimmy Kimmel. I'm glad his show is back, man, because he's always been one of the white comedians who's had that space, who has stood up for black people and said stuff. If you follow Jimmy Kimmel, you know that he's stood up for black people ever since he's been in this kind of spotlight. So we need white allies like him to have the positions they have.
I got tears, man, because like anytime you have a government entity that fucking wants to censor what somebody else says, it's backlash. I mean, this is literally they trying to control every fucking facet. It's like, oh, you can't criticize. Like, I thought we were in the fucking America last time. I thought freedom of speech. It's not freedom of speech. It used to be.
Man, freedom ain't speech ain't free no more, dog.
You gotta pay for that.
Pay for that
shit, or just be in the crowd, And then like the backlash, like I'm glad Disney lost all that fucking money, man. Like shit, don't why bring the prices down. Like fuck them, man. Piracy is back. Like it never left. I'll say
y'all the niggas that's making Disney Plus increase.
Exactly, because like it went down for a couple days, and then that they increasing it.
Exactly why I'm not paying for that shit. But it's you know, people are ringing the drums, man. They saying we turning into Nazi Germany and shit like that. I'm like, we're not there yet. But nigga, the way niggas is going about shit, they want to censor and authoritarian government and all this other bullshit. And I'll say this, Khan was the best FCC chairman we've had in like fucking 20 years. She was fucking good. If you seen what she actually did, her track record, she was fucking great. And the same week you have a motherfucker talking about euthanizing homeless people. Verbatim on air.
Nah, he said that.
And you can't.
Brian Kilmeade said that.
And this guy makes fun of the sitting president, and you got an issue with that. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all.
DJ Rose?
Yeah, man, I ain't got no tears, man. I do have tears because he got canceled, so I do have tears for that, but I don't have no tears for what he said. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say nothing wrong. He didn't say nothing out of the ordinary. It was just some normal stuff. Trump got mad, and then it's like, how you get mad? People talk about you every day. If you get mad at everything that everybody talk about, it would be no TV. There would be no comedy shows. It would be nothing. I remember when he got elected, every comedian that was known to man the first time and the second time had something to say.
Well, y'all remember Alan Baldwin on Saturday Night Live used to do a Trump impression for like over a year.
Every day.
Yeah.
Had something to say. But because he said something about, but he didn't even say nothing about him. He was like, I just find it funny. You know? But it was like, and then you cancel up for that.
Because Trump didn't see that sad. He was like, how you feel about Charlie Kirk? That was really sad. That was my friend.
But the ballroom.
But look at this new ballroom we building.
So it's like, yeah, because he called you out. You did that.
Hey, man. Some people going to throw a party that Kimmel's backing now, man. May not be a bachelor party, but this next one, there was some white men on the podcast saying, you know, if we throw bachelor parties for people that's getting married all the time, but there needs to be a bachelor party for the actual bachelors, where everyone get together and celebrate the people who are still bachelors in their life, and we throw a party for them. C's, what's your thoughts on this?
I'm happy about it, man. I think we should do that more often. It's like rather than the people getting clanked down, it's like why not some people that's still free? Like turn up for us. What about us, some single niggas? You know what I mean? Or the niggas that ain't married yet. You know, I'm with it. I'm with it, man.
I'm gonna tell you why I know, man. And there's no disrespect. There's no disrespect to the black women. If y'all did that shit, I know black bitches would be out here throwing bachelorette parties every year. Like when their birthday come, they celebrate that shit for a whole goddamn month now. So now you want all these single black women to have to be like, oh, this is my bachelorette party this year because I'm still a bachelorette because I'm still single. Like, nah, man, let's keep it how we doing it. You finna get married. You're going to get your bachelorette party or your bachelor party. We're going to turn up for you. We're going to buy you some prostitutes. You're going to fuck these prostitutes. And then you're going to get married. And and your wife is never going to know that a couple of days for your wedding, you was fucking some prostitutes. Let's keep that tradition alive, but we don't need to be like, yo, you single, we throwing you a bachelor party because, hey, if you single, you should be going getting pussy anyway. You shouldn't be trying to do no crazy shit, crazy shit anyway. You should be doing whatever you're doing all year anyway.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears for this either because, like I was telling you earlier, like, don't Negroes do this every day? Like, celebrate. Like, I ain't got to do nothing to do. I ain't got nobody to go back to. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. So, ain't that the same thing? Like, why would we celebrate that you doing your thing? You do your thing every day. So, why? If you want to party, have a birthday party. If you want to party, have a
Christmas party, Halloween party.
Yeah, but
Juneteenth party.
But otherwise, like, man, yeah, that's dumb. That's some crack stuff.
All right, man. So our last TNT of the night is somber one. It just seems like, in America, we've had a lot of shootings this year. As all three of us who grew up in Augusta, Georgia, it just seems like there's been a lot of shootings this year in Augusta, Georgia. This week, there was a shooting at the Augusta Mall with some young niggas. And after the shooting, apparently a day after the shooting, one of the brothers of the person who got shot then decided to shoot up the house of the person who they shot their brother. And there was apparently kids in the house. I got big tears, man, just because I just don't remember Augusta being like this when I was growing up. I don't remember all this violence, all this shooting. I don't remember just not feeling like I can go somewhere in public and be safe. Like the Augusta Mall, this is what the third or fourth shooting just this year at the Augusta Mall. And that's kind of crazy to think about. And we've gotten so desensitized to some of these public shootings. Like there was a public shooting in Chicago where assistant principal got murdered this week, as well as 3 other people. We just talked about the shooting in Minnesota where some kids got murdered. It just seems like, we're getting to a point where people are becoming desensitized to this violence. And these are teenagers that's doing it, man. These are kids. So it's like, how are they even getting their hands on these guns to even do a lot of this stuff? Like, this is such a big problem in America that we really need to come together and get to the point of how do we limit this? Because I want to reiterate, this is the Augusta Mall. Augusta's not Atlanta when we got 5 malls. There's only 1 mall. So around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, a lot of people in this room right now, and it's 4 of us in this room, and 2 of the people in this room got kids, are going to probably go shopping for gifts. Maybe they might do some online shopping, but there's still going to be a lot of people that's going to be doing gift shopping in the mall. Like, I'm afraid to go to the mall to just buy my nieces something because how I know some young niggas ain't going to get mad and just start shooting or whatever. Like, yeah, this is a real issue, man, that we got going on, just not in Augusta, Georgia, all in the country.
Like, why do you think you go to these bigger cities or these more populated places where there's a heavy police presence? Like, I'm not going to, New York's a terrible example, but I mean, like, why you think they got all these people out and there's cops? There's a cop on, 20 cops on 1 block, Times Square, Brooklyn, everywhere. And then, like, take somewhere like Atlanta, like Lenox Mall is fucking, like, they didn't ruin Lenox. Lenox used to be an actual great spot to just go chill, walk around. Now they talking about people getting robbed in the fucking parking lot, all this other shit going on, niggas pulling up, shooting niggas. When they build a fucking mall in Columbia County, can't nobody say shit. Because shit, it's incidences like this that gives them even more reason. Well, it's too violent down backside of town.
And you know what's going to happen?
15 minutes away.
And you know what's going to happen?
I'm just saying.
It's going to be the same thing, though. It's going to be
talking about.
It's going to be shootings in the
difference is it's going to be in Columbia County, and they're going to have.
I'm going to tell you what the difference is going to be. The difference is right now, when black people decide to start shooting, they have a target. In Columbia County, when these white people start shooting, these white kids start shooting, there is no singular target. They just shooting random people.
I'm talking about just like this, aesthetically looking like they're going to be like, hey, we need to build some shit.
They can do that
in Columbia County, and then all the stores move over there, and they'll be like, oh, it's going to become the old mall.
Yeah, but you know where is deep in Columbia County at? Appleton, Harlem.
Evans.
No, Appleton, Harlem.
Evans near like the new fucking hospital being built. It's gonna be some.
The new hospital is in Growtown.
They're gonna try to do some high end shit and make it all new and fancy.
And it's 15 minutes away from here. Just like the other mall is 15 minutes away from here.
Another county. It's
gonna be the same thing.
It's not.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Different, man.
It'll be unless they.
So are you saying they're gonna have a bigger police force down there?
Yeah.
Unless they do have a metal detectors in the store before you get in, it's gonna be the same thing.
More security.
If that's the new thing, then that's where everybody's gonna flock to. That's where everybody's gonna flock to. Like now, like when you go to what we said, we talked about restaurants earlier offline. We talked about Longhorns. When people go to Longhorns now, if my daughter should take me to Longhorns, we always went to the Longhorns in Growtown because it's the same distance to the Longhorns on Washington Road, but that was newer. So you gonna go to the same distance to the newer spot, or the same distance to the older spot?
Most likely the newest spot if you want to see some new shit.
Exactly. So that moving it ain't gonna make no difference. It's about changing the people that's going to it. And that's gonna be a hard thing to do.
Y'all both right though. Like C's is right. They probably will eventually do that. But you're right too, man. It's not gonna make a difference. But the white people that already don't want that mall on Westfield Road, it's just giving them more reasons to move it to, to the white area of the city. But it's still gonna be the same thing. Only difference is instead of just 1-2 niggas getting shot, what's gonna happen is white boys are gonna be in the mall and they're gonna be shooting anybody they see.
Yeah, man. Shawty wanted to be a thug, man. It was only 16, man.
Hey, tell the viewers what you told me when I told you that them kids was getting charged like adults.
Lock them up.
Shout out to Trey Taylor.
Lock him up.
Crew Tractor. Shout out to Trey. Lock him up.
Hey, for people listening, these are people that are 14 and 15 years old.
Before we move on, I do want to say shout out to Stan, man. My classmates and the cohort I'm in right now. Literally his wife's students. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, that's kind of close. You know what I mean?
But and I also think, like, man, like I was saying, man, Shawty want to be a thug. Shorty want to be a thug. So 16, you know what I'm saying, charged as an adult. It's a cold world out here, man. Stay in school.
I don't want to be in the adult prisons, man.
Man, if they would have been in school, none of this would have happened.
Facts, man. Hey, man. School is cool, y'all. Remember that. School is cool. I don't know what's wrong with these young niggas. I don't know what's wrong with these people with guns. What's wrong with these hoes, y'all?
What's wrong with them?
So we got a crazy situation, y'all. So there was this one hoe who went on a date with a man. And because the man lied on the date and she recorded everything and wrote everything down, she took the man to court and tried to sue him for perjury, saying that because he lied on the date. And the judge was trying to explain to her the difference between just lying and what perjury is. Now, for the people listening who might not fully understand what perjury is, that's lying under oath in court versus just lying in everyday life. C's, what's your thoughts on this?
This is where we were talking about earlier. We were talking about delusion. The judge, you could see the frustration. Like, he was too calm for me. I would have been like, get the fuck out. I hold you in contempt just fucking because you're disruptive. And to sue for that amount of money, maybe if you got your ass beat or something, like ass beat, a car accident was caused, or something actually happened to you, but because somebody was lying,
telling people who the amount. Well, I don't think
$10,000 for a date, lying on a date to what she said he was lying about. I'm just like, and you could tell she knew what she was talking about. She she was telling the judge something. Apparently, she was telling the judge. So I mean, that's it. This is where delusion comes into the play. I'm just like, man, you see something every day. Audacity is the word I think of. She took the audacity, think that she knew something more than what the judge knew, and to want to sue for that amount of money, crazy.
Yeah, so it's the fact that the judge. I think the whole in the situation was the judge because he was letting her just talk to him all different kind of ways. Like he trying to tell her why did you explain to her lock up? It should have been a contempt because it's like the way she was yelling at him. It's like he should have just. It shouldn't have been long, but just for a couple of hours, so she could have learned what the definition really was, and made her write, and then don't even make her pay no bail. Nothing. You should have just made her write a statement saying, "Oh, I understand what perjury is now," because the way she was doing it, and then the dude was like, "Man, I didn't really do anything," and the judge didn't even listen to the dude. Judge was just basically just trying to explain to the woman, but he wasn't doing a good job at all because he let her overtalk him the whole time. I know it was on Zoom and everything like that, but still, like, what are you there for?
He was really patient, though. He was really patient. I ain't gonna lie. This remind me of some people might have seen this movie, some might not have because it wasn't the big movie. The two biggest names in the movie was Tyra Banks and Bill Bellamy. A movie called Love Stinks. And the white lady ended up suing her boyfriend in the movie because the dude promised to marry her and then he ended up breaking up with her. And she sued the nigger because he basically decided to renege on the promise. And they was in court like, what the fuck is we doing? That's how I felt looking at this shit. What the fuck is we doing? Because the nigga lied on the date. You took this nigga to court for perjury. Like, this be some of the shit that I look at and be like, you can't make this shit up. Like, some of y'all motherfuckers really is slow. Some of y'all really is slow, man. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, man. But, hey, man, Judge, you was too patient. You should have been through that shit out the window, man. Moving on to the last topic, y'all. So, we was sent a list of movies. Most of these are like late 80s, 90s movies. So I'm going to quickly list the movies for the listeners. As well as if you decide to watch this on YouTube, there'll be a picture of the movie so you can know what movies it is. So real quick, you got Juice, Class Act, Booty Call, Love and Basketball, House Party, the first one, Set It Off, Higher Learning, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, Friday, Baby Kids, Waiting to Exhale, Baps, Best Man, the very first one, Blue Hill Avenue, Mo Money, New Jack City, Players Club, Don't Be a Menace in Society while sipping your juice in South Central, Soul Food, The Five Heartbeats, Jason's Lyric, Love Jones, Lean on Me, and The Wood. You can only pick 2 movies, but we're going to do a third movie for honorable mention. Rose.
So out of all these movies, it's a lot of good movies on here, but the ones that stood out to me the most, you know what I'm saying? I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up in the 90s. Well, I was a teenager in the 90s, so Set It Off and Menace to Society. And I just remember those movies growing up, like those were the movies for me that I resonated with the most. So those were the movies, and if I had to pick a honorable mention, it would probably be New Jack City. And I'm gonna let y'all get into it the most, but those are mine. You know what I'm saying?
What you got, C's?
Yeah, give me a timeless classic. One of those movies I can go to a lot of places around people I don't know, people I do know. We're sitting there, we can have music playing in the background and fucking TV on mute. We're sitting there. This has happened on more than one occasion. We're watching the scene on mute, music loud as hell in the background. We're quoting the movie line for line. Friday. Timeless classic. Set the tone for a lot of comedies going in the future.
That's a great choice.
And the next one, I'm probably normally I would go for, resonate with me a lot is like Menace to Society, those type movies, the gangster boys in the hood. But I wanted New Jack City. It was different, especially for that era to me. New Jack City, a lot of great characters, a lot of familiar faces that wanted to do good things. And then my honorable mention, doing honorable mentions, right?
Yeah, just one.
I'm gonna probably say Bebe's Kids, man. It was just like you see the mastermind of Robin Harris, and for years I didn't know he didn't voice his own damn self. So he passed away by the time the movie came out. So shout out to Faison Love for your part in this movie, but I'm probably say Bebe's Kids.
Hey man, I always say, man, we throw around the word black royalty too loosely. I feel like at the top of black royalty in America is the Wayans family, man. Like that's black royalty, man. Their family has been doing this since the 80s to now. One of my favorite, like Damon Wayans is my favorite Wayne. I remember seeing Mo Money. It had Damian Wayans in it, and it had his younger brother, Marlon. That is a hilarious movie. It's a romantic movie because he's trying to get the girl. It's a hustler movie because he's hustling the whole movie. And they got other great actors in the movie if you watch the movie and stuff like that. Like, I love Mo Money, man. Just because of the simple fact, you also got the Biggie song, Mo Money, Mo Problems. The soundtrack to the movie is good. Like, if you go back to the soundtrack, that was when we had, and this to all the movies, all these movies in this list got great soundtracks, probably. But I like the soundtrack to that movie, man. Like, hey, man, yeah, to me, that's number one. You had as your honorable mention, Baby Kids, because I love cartoons, and that movie's just so fucking funny, man. Because like, it's so many scenes in that movie, like, where's Baby? Like, and as I got older, I feel like that, like, bitch, where's Baby? Like, girl, why is you always watching this bitch kids? Where's Baby at? And then the scene where they roasting each other, where Robin Harris and he's roasting his ex-wife, and they saying silly ass shit, and some of these jokes is like was funny as a kid, and they're still funny. Like, man, your mama's so fat, man. She heard it was chilly outside. She went outside with a bowl. Like, that was just to me a great movie, and it's just a great example of when you have animation, you can do certain things that you can't do with live action movies, like the scene where they're fighting the mascots. And you got the scene where Baby Kids is rapping, and you got the Abraham Lincoln robot president, and they doing the court scene. It was just a lot of things in that movie that was really good. We talked about Faison Love like a month ago. Shout out to Faison Love because he was, the voice of Robin Harris in the movie, and he did a great job. To what C said, it wasn't until I got older that I realized Robin Harrison passed away before the movie was made. And then it's like, as you get older and you study comedy like me and C's do, Baby Kids, like a lot of movies in the 90s, is literally based off of his stand-up. Because he literally had a stand-up sketch where he talked about Baby Kids. So I feel like that's just a hard movie not to have on my list. And then my honorable mention, I got to go back to another Wayans movie. Because I remember seeing the movie with my cousin, my older cousin, when I was younger. And I just kept watching the movie. And as an adult, I watched the movie on Tubi recently. Don't Be a Menace While Drinking Your Juice in South Central. Like, that was the first movie I saw with Marlon and Sean together. And then they went on to have just a amazing career just doing stuff together, from their TV show to White Chicks to motherfucking Little Man and all the other movies they made. Like, to me personally, like, yeah, that definitely is another movie that definitely be my honorable mention, because there's so many lines in that movie because they made fun of all the hood movies in the 90s, man. From Boys in the Hood to Juice, to South Central, to Menace to Society. Like, to me, that was just a very great movie to just literally watch, and it's just funny from start to finish, man. C's, before we close it out, man, what's some of your thoughts looking at this list that we got here?
I don't think there's a bad movie on the list, honestly. My least favorite is probably Bachelor. It just didn't really appeal to me, man. Like, I know they had some funny scenes. It's just, anytime it's on TV, I watch maybe like 10, 15 minutes, if that. It just wasn't my favorite movie, but like every other movie, man, like from Set It Off, The Higher Learning had some great scenes, especially Ice Cube's character, Boys in the Hood, some iconic shit. And then like, staying power, when you can make fun of or people reenact shit, whether it's a YouTube skit or a movie or a TV show with references, classic, underrated movie, Blue Hill
I was just about to
Avenue.
ask, what's the 2 most underrated movies on this list? You said Blue Hill Avenue,
Blue Hill
Alan
Avenue.
Payne.
And then probably to me, I think a lot of people would disagree, but Love Jones. I think it's a really great movie.
Man, Lawrence Tate is on this list a lot.
I'm gonna say Love Jones, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a hard list, man, because there's so many movies, man. Because I love House Party, man. But if I had to say my 2 most underrated movies, like 2 black movies on this list that don't get talked about enough, it would be The Wood. The Wood don't get talked about as much as it should get talked about. And yeah, another movie that don't get talked about enough, Soul Food, dog.
That's like the pinnacle black family movie, though, man.
Yeah, but I just feel like, when the last time you heard somebody in our generation talk about the movie Soul Food? Because they even had a TV series
2 months ago.
Well, I haven't heard about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
But Soul Food to me was like, it was funny. It had drama. It had love. It had a coming age of a young black man.
Matter of fact,
You had cheating.
I don't even mean to cut you off.
Cousin Slim, like, bro, like, hey, cause like, he beat you. I'm gonna call Cousin Slim,
bro. Like, you know how many times the video of where the nigga said, where he came in, Mekhi Phifer's character came in and broke the fucking door, and took him to the back.
Yeah,
took him to the back and had
what about the scene where the light skinned dude, and I wish I knew his name, but he played in a lot of black movies.
Yeah,
and he's smoking a cigar and talking to the dude and saying, "Yeah, your wife used to call her Cola. She had that Coca-Cola shaped body and everything." And it's gonna be your job one day to uplift another black man how I lifted you up, man. And yeah, me and your wife, she used to do this thing, and it's just showing his lips. It's showing his lips as he's talking. And that nigga Mekhi Phifer said, "Nigga, fuck this shit. I hate you, nigga." And boom.
And then like he was already fed up because they had this nigga working as a mail clerk in the office. He was like, "Man, bullshit."
And then it's like he go back to his wife, and he's like, "Man, he gave you jewelry? Ain't no man finna give you no jewelry like this for free."
It was just a gift. And then the part where was it Vanessa Williams' character where she was like, fuck the family.
Your family fuck my husband.
It's like, I'm like, yo, honestly,
bro, I feel like a lot of women still got trauma from Soul Food because a lot of women got a cousin Faith.
They probably use the same exact fucking line from the movie. It's like, okay, we get that it happened to you in real life, but you ain't gotta use that shit. And then man, Soul Food was pinnacle, but one of my favorite though, it's another underrated. Booty calls are fucking hilarious, especially the part where it was a Chinese restaurant.
Oh my god! What about the scene when Bernie Mac caught them in the
in
the gas station?
And they said the 2 Indian dudes, they said boom, sa la 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 boom.
It's like Saran wrap this or the devil's calling around this time. Ain't nothing open but legs right now. And then that's when the little bitch said, "Pastor, you ready to go?"
He was like, yeah. So many classic scenes, man. That was a good one. And then man, like we talked about Set It Off just a couple weeks ago. Love and Basketball, classic.
That's a classic.
And I feel like
movie.
All of us growing up.
But if we're going romantic movies on this list, I feel like either Love Jones is better than Love and Basketball or Best Man.
Yeah, I would agree. And then man, as far as like underrated, Blue Hill Avenue just had a lot of. Was Alan Payne Jr.?
Man, if I remember correctly, didn't his sister get killed in the movie?
Yeah.
And then his not brother boy, his home, he had to kill one of his own boys.
Pretty much everybody in the movie died besides Alan Payne's character.
But can I be real though? Like, since Blue Hill Avenue's on this list, and I know this movie's not on the list, I'm gonna tell you a movie that I'm shocked that's not on the list because they had Blue Hill Avenue. What about Sugar Hill? Well, Wesley Snipes and that black nigga.
And they're real similar stories.
That's what I'm saying. Both movies are very similar, but Sugar Hill to me is a better story because Wesley Snipes, he starts dating a bitch who's not in the game.
Honestly.
And then the other dude, the brother, he ends up killing their dad.
Honestly, I'm surprised Sugar Hill didn't make it. Because I hear way more people talk about Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill was a dope movie.
And then
they got Wesley Snipes in there. Wesley Snipes was killing in the 90s.
And then man, like as far as man, the Woods like coming of age story, just like House Party. But if any movie, I gotta say, like pick the 90s and highlight it. If I'm going from 1990 to 96, we grew up wanting to have house parties like this. It's like, yo.
Oh my God. But let me tell you, man, I remember being in the club with MGH and D Will, and I remember watching them do the little kid and play dance, and me and Matthew did it one time. You know, when you tap your feet and you clap your hands and stuff together. Like, yeah, man, like House Party was one of those movies where it's like, as a kid, I said to myself, when I get older, this is the kind of parties I'm gonna be at.
Yeah, and then check this out. Guess who?
Remember the scene where the nigga was so drunk, he said he started dancing and he hit that spin and he just fell out.
Yeah,
and then speaking of House Party, we talked about baby kids. Robert Harris
was
he started looking
dad.
like, you look like Eazy-E. You better not ever commit a crime, boy. All they gonna do is follow the drip, follow the drip.
And then he was like, Bashir, what's your name? Bashir, what the hell is that? And then he was like,
oh, the cop stopped and said, I know why y'all stopped me, because I'm walking while black.
And then so many scenes, and then like, yo, full force.
Oh, no, what about when Kid finally got home? He said, I'm about to beat the black off of you. I felt that in my soul, because I've been told that. Yeah. I was traumatized.
Yes, I'm gonna bust your head wide open to the white meat show. And then like
I smell pussy.
And then remember the scene with Jody's mama with all the kids, the brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
And
that was crazy because like they showed the little brother making Kool-Aid, and that nigga was pouring an obscene amount of sugar in the Kool-Aid.
It was crazy. And then like it's just like, yo. And then like they could play some of those same songs.
You know, that same scene, like when Play came and Kid was in jail, and you know, Kid had to rap so that he didn't get fucked in jail. And Play was like, "Come on, man, you done? The party ain't over." She said, "What you mean, man? We finna go get Kid out of jail, and we're gonna go to Burger King." When I seen that, I was like, Burger King must have been popping in the 90s.
It was. You remember? Like we don't remember Burger King.
I'm just saying, for you to be like,
you never had the crown, nigga? You never put the crown on? Bruh.
Like for teenagers to be like, hey, after the party, we're going to Burger King, y'all.
I guess it's the modern day, the equivalent would be Waffle House or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
But then like, yo, full force. I smell pussy.
Oh, man. Hey, you be in our group chat with MGH and D Will all the time. How often do I send that?
A lot.
Because that clip is so funny, nigga.
Yo, and then I put a lot of people on the Full Force's music. I'm like,
oh yeah, they got some good music.
I was like, these some funny niggas. Like they just like, and they was in the second one too.
Yeah, because they was security cops. They was campus security cops.
Yeah, which there was, you know, and it was so much.
And you know what's so funny about movies during that time period? They had grown ass niggas playing high school kids.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Because then we talk
and
about...
nobody questioned it.
And then we talk about Class Act, another underrated movie.
Oh, man, yeah, that shit was so dope. For those who ain't seen Class Act, man, it's basically you get this nerd and kid and this player as Play, who's like on the football team.
No pun intended. No pun intended. Play young.
And for some reason, their names and transcripts get mixed up and they got to switch places.
And they had a familiar face in the movie, man. Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary was in the movie, man. From Fresh Prince.
And then, man, yo, you talking about more money? More money. And then remember the scene where the nigga had the cars?
Oh, yeah, Monte Carlo, man. Like, that's what I said about. That's why, like, it was so many aspects to More Money, man, because they was hustling from the books. They was selling books. They was selling up. They was doing the card scam. They had this, like, shit where they did the sandwich. I remember early in the movie where, like, Damon pretended to be retarded and was knocking shit off the store.
Yeah.
And Marlon said, man, his blood sugar low. He needed a sandwich. More put him on lettuce on that shit, too.
And then, yo, so that was a classic. And then, yo, I'm not a fan of the movie.
But I'm going to tell you a movie that we ain't even talk about, man. Niggas, shout out to the great Robert Townshend. He made a movie called 5 Heartbeats, which was supposed to be like a parody of all the biopics from the Temptations and other movies. Bruh, hey, let me tell you, the 5 Heartbeats was so good, I thought it was a true story when I was younger.
It was. You know that was a real group, right?
No, that wasn't a real group, nigga.
It was.
What group was that?
The 5 Heartbeats. It was real. That movie was so convincing as a kid. I was like, yo, this is real.
Is it a heart? Is it a heart in the house tonight? But Eddie Kane, they had that nigga strung out. Like that movie right there, bro. That movie was amazing.
It's so bad that I get the movies mixed up. Was Red in the Temptations or was he in the 5 Heartbeats?
He was in the 5 Heartbeats, man. My business hours off from.
Yo, my nigga said my business hours off from what?
Nick, I need to talk to you about my royalties, motherfucker.
Grab him, hold him on the roof,
and then he started laughing menacingly, like, "Get him, get him!" Like that nigga just started looking crazy. And they said, "My business hours off from what, Carl?
9 to 5."
And the nigga was crying. He said, 9 to 5.
Say it, motherfucker. You got it? Got it. I love using that line. My workout.
I wouldn't even know what to do if a nigga did me like that. Sees?
Oh, I would start swinging shit at him. Because it holding me out the window. I shit it on myself. So, you know, at that point, when somebody holds you over the roof, if somebody call you a bitch, ass nigga.
And then we got Spike Lee on the list with Higher Learning, man.
Yeah, Spike, that's not even my favorite Spike movie from that era. And it's like,
and that's what's so crazy because you would have thought it would have had Do Right the Thing on this list.
Mo Better Blues.
You know, Mo Better Blues. But Higher Learning was, I'm going to say this. When I saw Higher Learning, it was one of the first movies I saw where it showed black people in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought college was going to be like that. To an extent.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know?
And it's still, we didn't talk about School Days.
That's not even on the list. That's another.
No, but I'm saying it's like
that's another
two
movie
college movies that had similar.
Because that scene with Lawrence Fishburne and his crew and the other crew when they go to the chicken spot, you know, and then they making fun of them for being college
with
students.
the same familiar faces, Lawrence Fishburne in both movies.
Exactly. You know, and that's what was so crazy about the late 80s, early 90s. It seemed like it was and forgive me if I'm wrong, C's, like you agree with me if you agree with this, a renaissance for black films.
Yes.
In the 70s, you had the black exploitation films, and in the late 80s to the 90s, it just seemed like black films and black TV shows came back to the forefront, and it told black stories.
Early 80s was real thin, and it came about.
Yeah, that's what I said. Late 80s, and then the whole 90s,
and then
it was black people telling black stories,
and it ushered in the next generation with the early 2000s because. We'll have a whole nother. It's gonna come up. We're gonna see a picture or see a scene of a movie that's gonna make us think like, "Hey, why don't we do early '90s? Same shit."
Exactly, man. Because like you know, like in that '90s period, man, one of my favorite movies was The Wood, and like that was a great movie in terms of like a coming of age story of, you know, you got these little teenagers who stay friends when they become an adult, and they had a wedding, and it's talking about how they all basically. Have grown up and everything.
And it's kind of the parallel to that is like, okay, best man, it's like they all went to college together.
Yeah.
So it's like you got two stories that kind of like, let's just say what they should have did was had the Wood be their backstory and then the best man be.
But that's what's so good about the black films in the late 90s and I mean the late 80s and the 90s is so many of them, to be honest, connected. You know? Like Stella got her groove back and Waiting to Exhale. Those could practically be sequels to one another.
Speaking of Waiting to Exhale, the one scene I can quote word for word, my dude Bubba.
You raggedy bitch.
You raggedy bitch. And I be thinking, this nigga out here, you gotta be fucking mad.
He was going through it.
You gotta be fucking mad sitting on a hot ass sun with a leather vest, not a jacket, a leather vest.
What about the scene where she came to her husband's job, man? When Angela Bassett went to her husband's job.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, man, like, and that's another thing, man. Like I said, man, I was saying you had so many black people could relate to these movies, bro. Because is there a movie on this list that you look at as a black person that you can't relate to? Like Juice is a movie that black people can relate to, man. You got 4 kids that's in high school and they tired of being lame niggas. So now it's like, yo, we got a gun. We them niggas now, man.
The one movie I can't relate to is Play School. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, that one, like, yo, they ain't make a movie like that, honestly, to project to those levels. Because a lot of these movies was under budget, but years on staying power. This is why I always say, when you make something classic and it's still popular 20-something years later, it says a lot.
I mean, bro, man, and we did touch on so many movies, and I appreciate y'all for listening to us touch on these movies, man. But I felt like even though we gave our top 2, we had to touch on all these movies because of the respect for these movies, man. Like another movie, man, was Lean on Me, man. Like I remember seeing that as a kid. That was my introduction to Morgan Freeman, man. And he said, hey, man, I'm the new HNIC. That was the first time I ever heard that phrase in my life. And I remember the black lady turned to the white dude because the white dude said, what does the HNIC mean? And she said, head nigga in charge. And I was like, damn, that's some cold ass shit. But then, 20 minutes later, the short black dude is chewing out Morgan Freeman, and he said, contrary to popular belief, I'm the head nigga in charge.
Yo, and then that scene where that nigga said, if you're not gonna do this,
And then once he told him that, he said, and you gonna do what I tell you to do. And then he walked off, and it was so funny because you could tell they was friends because he looked at him and he said, let's get something to eat, y'all. Let's get something to eat, man. And Morgan Freeman, you could tell he was mad. And he was like, you think you bad, nigga?
That nigga said, he was like, you ain't gonna do this shit? I quit. And then he was like, nigga walked off, and he was like, no. And then my other favorite part, still when he was a kid, literally grows up later to be on juice.
Oh, man.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Yeah.
You smoke crack, don't you, boy? I was like, man.
He said, jump off the roof. You killing yourself, ain't you? I don't want to die.
And that's probably what more kids need, man. We probably need to have.
And a movie like that that's based off a true story, man. Like that just shows what we need in the school system in our community. We need black men looking after youth. We need black women looking after youth. Because when you see a movie like Lean on Me, that's all the movie's about. It's about basically the teachers treating the kids more than just students and actually treating the students like their family, man. Because what was that one little girl that the principal had, Morgan Freeman character had? I can't think of his character's name, but he actually taught her when she was in elementary school. And when he became the principal of the high school, she was like, she ran up to her, hugged him, and she said, you don't remember me? I'm little Lisa or whatever. You know, and we need more of that, man. We need more of that. But the 90s and 80s, especially the late 80s and 90s, was such a great time for black movies, man. Like I said, C's already was a renaissance, man. What's your final thought, C's?
Man, media is crazy, man. Don't let the shit on the internet cloud your mind and your judgment.
So U.S. District Judge Henry Wingate, he basically blocked DEI legislation that was passed. What state was it, C's? I want to say
Arkansas.
It was Arkansas. Okay, like he blocked some DEI legislation that was passed in Arkansas, and the reason why I want to highlight him, Mr. Henry Wingate, this is why it's important for black people to go vote. In Augusta, Georgia, if you're listening, we're going to have elections coming up soon. It's important for us to go vote because the fact that you have a judge like him in power, some of the bullshit that's happening, they can stop it. But we can't do that if we don't put these people in positions of power. So it's important to put people that look like you, that think like you, that come from the same environments as you. That's why me and Rose, we try to preach so much about the importance of voting, man. Because if you vote and you can put people in these positions, and we say all the time, Rose, what do we say? The local elections are more important than these presidential elections. Because even though the president is on some bullshit, the fact that you got a judge in a local area who's like, you know what? I'm not going for the bullshit. He's able to block some shit so that the public school system can still have teachers that can benefit from DEI, man. So, in the words of Abby and Rakim, peace.
Yeah, man. So my final thoughts is like, we 1 year removed from Hurricane Helene. 1 year. Last year, was one of the hardest years that I can remember for lots of people in the CSRA. And we're 1 year removed from it. And I know a lot of people are still going through struggles, dealing with it. But I know all my people and things like that, we made it out of it. But just pray for your people, you know what I'm saying? And look out for your people. I know that was when we found out who your real friends was. And y'all can catch up the next light, man. We in traffic. I'm back quiet.
Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.